Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Coach's Corner here on icgaels.com. We're joined by the head coach of the Iona women's soccer program, Todd Plourde. Coach, how are you today?
Doing very well, thank you.
So we'll jump right into it. First thing I want to go over with you is, talking about the past month. There's been the announcement of the return to campus plans, the opportunity for the teams to practice, and of course the schedule announcement from the MAC. What has the past month been like for you, and when you were able to share that news with your team?
It's been great. It's the girls have been wonderful, working hard in the off season, and now to finally have something that we could look forward to and playing, having a set. We're playing 7 games, and then an 8-team conference tournament. I think it's great, and it keeps us motivated to continue to work hard. With our first game being the MAC juggernaut of Monmouth.
And of course, as luck would have it, yesterday, February 1st, was the start of the semester and supposed to be the start of practice. Of course, here in the Northeast, we get hit with a snowstorm, which has postponed the start of practice, February 1st and 2nd now today. What are you looking forward to most about just getting the team back out there on the practice field and preparing for the season?
It's going to be the whole coaching staff's looking forward to getting everyone back together. We only had 8 practices in the fall, and we weren't able to even do anything but small groups. So for us to start back out, hopefully by next week, we should be able to get into full game situations and see what we really have, because we have a lot of newcomers and a great number of kids returning. So we're really excited.
And of course, as I touched on before, the schedule announcement from the MAC. What are your overall thoughts on the format? You guys get the 7-game schedule, 3 games at home, and like you said, opening with, as you described them, the MAC juggernaut in Monmouth.
Honestly, we're just happy to have a schedule. No matter who we played, if you can't make the top 8 in the league tournament, you're not going to win the tournament. So no matter who you play, we have Monmouth first, which will be a great test. Playing a team we've probably lost 2 games in 20 years is it's going to be interesting. We're going to be ready. We're going to put the best team out we can. But the 7 games hopefully will be great preparation. I think our first game's that March 9th. And hopefully, we could be good enough to make the top 8 and get into the conference tournament, and then anything can happen.
How much of a challenge do you think it'll be for your team not having that typical non-conference schedule? You're jumping right into the MAC season, which of course, like you said, you got to make that top threshold teams to make it into the tournament. And non-conference is something that you could typically, work out kinks and stuff like that there with that slate. So how much of a challenge does that present, if one at all?
It's going to be a huge challenge, especially with having a large roster, a lot of newcomers. There's not going to be many chances to, let's try to give this kid a shot. We're going to go with what we think is going to give us the best chance of winning every game, play as many players as we can, hopefully stay COVID free, and be ready in April for hopefully a league tournament run.
And you touched on it. Your roster is incredibly deep this season, deeper probably than it's a broad theme across most of the sports, it seems, with a lot of seniors returning, especially for spring sports. But for you guys, the big part of it is the huge class of newcomers. 19 of them won a transfer from Power 5 conference. What are you hoping to see from them in their first year with the program?
I think the sky's the limit. I think the incoming class is very good, very talented, very deep, and the returners are all players that can contribute. We don't have one kid returning who didn't contribute at some point in time last year to us being successful and us improving, drastically off the years before. So I think that the depth of the team is going to be great. Hopefully we have a great senior class, great juniors, superb group of sophomores, and then a huge group of freshmen. So hopefully the freshmen can earn their spot. Um, and Nicole, the transfer from Rutgers, hopefully her experiences throughout her years there will bring us, get us some more of that leadership. Kelsey and Katie have done a tremendous job as captains. Mac and Ange have been there um, through it all. So I think they're looking to build on the successes we had and losing out in a tiebreaker for the playoff spot for the top 6 last year. Hoping to break into the top 8 for this year, and then you never know what can happen. You get a 3-game season.
And you touched on it. The success that you guys had last season obviously did not reach what I assume would be the end goal of making that league tournament and getting into that 3-game slate, if you will. How much of a point of emphasis is that for your returners about, getting so close last year and now trying to build on it and get to that next step this year?
Yeah, I think that's been our goal the whole time through is to make the league tournament. That's what our goal was last year. And we got close. The last game of the year mattered, and that's all you can hope for. You play the last game, and if you do well, you get in. So I was very proud of the effort we had last season. We had some really good games, and we had some very, very poor games. So hopefully we cut away those poor games. Um, and the leadership we've had throughout this past year has been tremendous, especially with the pandemic. It's almost been a year since we've been on the field playing a game. So, I can't say enough about the seniors, juniors, and sophomores, and the group of freshmen came in and they looked like they were in great shape. There's a lot of talent there, and I think the sky's the limit. And we'll know March 9th when Monmouth comes to town, and they gave us a good beating last year, 5-0, and leaves a real bad taste in your mouth. But they're the best, so we're hoping to see that we can keep it competitive and prove that we deserve to be in the top 8 of the conference.
Well, Coach, we are definitely very excited for March 9th when Monmouth comes to town, hoping for better weather this year and a better result, like you mentioned. Um, Wanted to say thank you for taking the time out today and joining us. And of course, best of luck now as you move towards what will be the 2020 season here in 2021.
Thanks, my man. It's a pleasure.